영화도 찍고 참 많이 했던 것 같아요. 그래서 죄송해요. 제가 비염이 좀 심해갖고 네, 그 영화도 하고 뭐 이런저런 일이 많아서 많이 늦어졌던 것 같아요.
Now, you weren't really interested in school as a kid. You were more interested in learning how to dance and imitating those from the television. Is this what you always wanted to do?
네, 어렸을 때부터.
As a child, I'd always liked dancing. Michael Jackson was my idol, and I followed his moves and dances every day as a child. So as a child, I guess I spent a lot more time dancing than with my books.
연습을 하고 쳤었던 것 같아요.
Now, I believe that you had a rather strained relationship with your mother. She wanted you to pursue your studies. You wanted to dance. She died when you were 18 years old. Do you have any regrets?
후회.
Of course, I do have a lot of regrets. There are times when I think I didn't do well enough for her. But as I said, my mother was the greatest motivation for me to try to do my best. And I'm still working hard because I feel guilty about my mother. That guilt, a lot of it, I think comes from the time seeing my mother in bed 10 days before she died. I asked myself, is the pain I'm going through greater than what she's experiencing? Whatever it is, the pain will never be greater than the physical pain that she went through. So no matter what happens, I have to give it my best. This is what I've thought. So that's probably why I'm able to work hard regardless of the difficulties that I may come across. Despite the regrets that I have and the guilt that I have with my mother, I think I can now think of myself as her proud son and a good friend.
You were quite shy and introverted when you were young, so how does a kid like that choose and pursue a profession in the limelight?
It all changed because of dancing. Dancing changed everything in my life. I realized at one point that it's dancing that I have a talent in. And after realizing that, I think it's when I started being less introverted and more proactive.
You struggled to break into the industry. You auditioned with at least a dozen music labels. They all knocked you back, and mainly because of your looks. You weren't considered good-looking enough. How did that make you feel?
Only 10 years ago, people used to like men with more westernized looks, with double eyelids and handsome guys who looked Western. But the good thing is, around the time when I debuted, that started to change a bit. And people started to appreciate those who looked different, but were attractive in their own way, more Asian-looking. I'd been turned down by a lot of agencies in the past because I didn't have Western looks. But I met my former producer, J.Y. Park, who dug out my strengths and maximized what I had. So lucky for me, at the time when I debuted in 2002, the public started to appreciate people who have a certain charm and are fit, which is how I made it.
One of the criticisms, I think, was that you didn't have a double eyelid, which is what the majority of Asians don't have. Did you ever consider getting cosmetic surgery?
To tell you the truth, I did go to see a plastic surgeon with my producer. And I was told, well, you see, in Asia, they say the fortune that you have in your face, in your looks, is very important. And they say a person's life is all in the individual's face. There was one time when we did book a session for plastic surgery, but I was told that the fortune in my looks is so good that I shouldn't change anything. So I decided against it.
Most people who are continually knocked back would say this career is not for me. and yet you persevered, you pursued it. What drove you? What was your motivation?
저는 체질상
By nature, I don't like losing. The more criticism I get, the more it gives me a stronger urge to win. So I try harder. So I tried harder each time, and the more times I was turned down, the more I believed I was getting closer to making it.
승부욕, 이기고 싶은 이
A lot of people in Korea say that failure is the mother of success. So I believe that the more times I failed, the more likely I was to succeed.
많아진다라고 생각을 했어요. 예.
Your breakthrough came in 2004. You just released your third album. It sold 1 million copies in Asia. You appeared in the Korean soap opera Full House. You were absolutely everywhere. How important was this to developing your profile, your image?
그것이 계기였죠. 그
That was the starting point in some ways. My third album, It's Raining, and after that, the TV series Full House, were both well received by everyone and very popular.
시리즈가
And I think that's what became the base for me. So after that, I was able to do an Asian tour and concerts in other regions, which I think was probably what made me a bigger star.
라는 생각이 들어요.
Now, you've had quite a controlled private life. You've managed to remain scandal-free. You are 27 years old. So how have you managed to maintain that?
예전에
In the past, I made a promise to my family. Because I grew up poor and lived in a poor environment, there was a time when I had no choice but to try my best at everything. And during that time, I decided I wouldn't let myself get distracted by anything, that I'd be true to what I do.
그래서
In the midst of that, my mother passed away. And because of that, I think I was able to focus on what I was doing without any scandals or rumors going around.
이때까지 왔던 것 같아요. 예.
Now, I have to ask, on behalf of all your female fans, do you have a girlfriend?
여자친구는 없고요.
I don't have a girlfriend, but I would like to meet someone. I don't know, maybe I might meet someone soon.
네, 생각이 돼요. 네.
A ninja? Are you kidding me?
Ninja Assassin.
I put my heart and soul into this movie, Ninja Assassin. I'm hoping people expect a lot from this movie, because I don't think they'll be disappointed.